everyone, this is Dr.P Srilatha, Associate Professor, Department of Mathematics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. In this session, I am going to discuss about test of hypothesis for small samples. So before going to start test of hypothesis for small samples, first we should learn about what is hypothesis, what is test of hypothesis, what are the types of hypothesis, what is null hypothesis, what is alternative hypothesis, what is type 1 error, what is type 2 error. So what is large sample, what is small sample, what is sample, what is population. So we have to discuss these topics. So first one is hypothesis. The statement about the parameter. The statement about the parameter is called hypothesis. So the statement about the parameter is called hypothesis. For example, majority of the people in the city are smokers. Majority of these people in the city are smokers. So this is the parameter. So this is the parameter. So here we are talking about this parameter. Okay. So majority of the people in the city are smokers. So we are discussing about this parameter now. So that's why. So the statement about this parameter is called hypothesis. So this is the example for hypothesis. Hypothesis is nothing but simply a statement. So next one, test of hypothesis. The decision making procedure to accept or reject. The decision making procedure to accept or reject a hypothesis is called test of hypothesis. So here we have an example. Majority of the people in the city are smokers. So this is the example for hypothesis. Already we have discussed. Okay. So now we have to follow a procedure to accept or reject the above statement. So this procedure is called test of hypothesis. Okay. So we have to. So already we have example about the parameter, the statement about the parameter. So majority of the people in the city are smokers is the hypothesis. So now we have to follow a procedure. Which procedure we have to follow? The decision making procedure. So to accept that we have to follow the decision making procedure to accept or reject about the statement, about this statement is called test of hypothesis. So next one, types of hypothesis. There are two types of hypothesis are there. So first one is null hypothesis and second one is alternative hypothesis. So null hypothesis is denoted with H0 and alternative hypothesis is denoted with H1. Okay. So now we will discuss about what is null hypothesis, what is alternative hypothesis. So first one is null hypothesis. So here null hypothesis is denoted with H0. So what is the meaning of, what is the definition of null hypothesis? It is the hypothesis which is tested for possible rejection under the assumption that it is true. Okay. So it is the hypothesis which is tested for possible rejection under the assumption that it is true. So this is called null hypothesis. So what is alternative hypothesis? Alternative hypothesis is denoted with H0 and this is nothing but it is the hypothesis which is different from the given null hypothesis, which is different from the which is so the alternative hypothesis is opposite to the null hypothesis. The alternative hypothesis is the opposite to the null hypothesis. Then we can call it as that is alternative hypothesis. So for example, so the students in a classroom. So here I am taking students in a classroom, maybe students in a classroom, maybe I am considering that is 60. So this is our statement. That is nothing but this is our hypothesis. Okay, so this is our hypothesis. So, but we have to take the given statement as it is. So, according to our null hypothesis, we have to take the given statement as it is. So, that's why mu equal to 60. So, here I am taking total number of students. The total number of students in a classroom is 60. So that's why here I am considering mu equal to 60. So according to the null hypothesis, we have to take the given statement as it is. Okay, so here mu equal to 60. Here I am considering the total number of students in our classroom is 60. Okay, so next one is alternative hypothesis. So what is alternative hypothesis? According to our definition, the alternative hypothesis is differs to the null hypothesis or differs from the null hypothesis. That means simply we can say that alternative hypothesis is opposite to the null hypothesis. So that's why, so here H1 equal to mu not equal to 60. So that is opposite to the null hypothesis. But mu not equal to 60, for mu not equal to 60, here we have actually opposite to null hypothesis, mu not equal to 60, right? But for not equal to 60, we have two more possibilities are there. So maybe that is greater than 60, or maybe the students in a classroom are less than 60. So the students in a classroom are maybe greater than 60, or the students in a classroom maybe less than 60. So these are the possibilities for alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis. So this is our null hypothesis. Null hypothesis. So in the null hypothesis, we have to take the given statement as it is. But in the alternative hypothesis, that is opposite to the null hypothesis, that's why we have to take mu not equal to 60, or we can take mu greater than 60 or mu less than 60. So if mu not equal to 60, so we can say that that is two-tailed test. Two-tailed test. So if mu greater than 60, then we can say that that is right-tailed test. If mu less than 60, so then we can say that that is left-tailed test. Okay, so already I have taken here like this. The students in a classroom, here I am considering 20. So let us take, this is our statement actually. So this is our statement, that is nothing but that is hypothesis. So hypothesis here I am taking directly, that's why H not equal to mu equal to 20. And H1, that is nothing but alternative hypothesis. For alternative hypothesis, we have three possibilities. So first one is mu not equal to 20, mu is greater than 20, and mu is less than 20. So here we have three possibilities for alternative hypothesis. If I take mu not equal to 20, so then we can say that that is two-tailed test. Okay, so if mu greater than 20, then we can say that that is right-tailed test. Okay, so if mu is less than 20, then we can say that that is left-tailed test. Okay. So next, procedure of test of hypothesis. Procedure of test of hypothesis. So here for the procedure we have 5 steps actually. So in procedure of test of hypothesis we have only 5 steps. So first step is null hypothesis. So that is nothing but H naught. It is denoted with H naught. So in the null hypothesis, we need to set up the null hypothesis. Okay. So for example, so the students in a classroom, the total number of students in a class may be some 50. Okay. So here we can take H naught as, that means the null hypothesis as mu equal to 50. Directly you can take the given statement. Okay. So next one is alternate step 2. So here we have to take our step 2 is alternative hypothesis. So that is denoted with H1. Okay, so here we need to set up the alternative hypothesis. Okay, so what is alternative hypothesis? So alternative hypothesis is opposite to the null hypothesis. So that means here in the null hypothesis we have taken mu equal to 50, but here in the alternative hypothesis that is quietly opposite to the null hypothesis. So that's why that is we have to take mu not equal to 50, and otherwise you can take mu greater than 50, and you can take mu less than 50. Okay, so remember one thing here, these two are only assumptions. Okay, so these two are only assumptions. Here we are assuming that null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Okay, so mu not equal to 50 means that is two-tailed test. Okay, so if mu greater than, if in the alternative hypothesis, if we get mu greater than 50, then we can take that as a right-tailed test. So right-tailed test. So in alternative hypothesis, if we have taken mu less than 50, so then we can say that that is left-tailed test. Left-tailed test. Okay. So next, step 3. So step 3 is level of significance. Okay. So here level of significance is denoted with alpha. So if alpha equal to 5%, so if let us consider alpha equal to 5%, then we need to take Z alpha value from the table. Okay. So from the table. But how to take Z alpha value from the table? So by using alpha and this one. Okay. So if alpha equal to 5% in two-tailed test, if alpha equal to 5% in two-tailed test, then Z alpha is 1.96. Okay. So this is in two-tailed test. So alpha value is 5%. In two-tailed test, the Z alpha is 1.96. So we have to take this value from the table. So like that, if alpha equal to 5% in right-tailed test, then Z alpha is 1.645. Okay. So this is also we have to take from the table. Okay. So next, if alpha equal to 5%, and if that is a left-tailed test, so this will be totally based on alternative hypothesis. Okay. So that is H1. So if alpha equal to 5%, if that one is a left-tailed test, then you need to take Z alpha is 1 minus 1.645. Okay. So like that we have to take. Okay. So next, fourth step. So what is our fourth step? Our fourth step is test statistics. So here we need to take the formula. So test statistic is denoted with Z here. In test of hypothesis for small samples, we need to take here we have in small samples we have 3 tests. Okay, t test, f test, chi-square test. So according to those tests we need to write the formula here. Okay, so after that we have to take the modulus of Z. So if it is t test, then we need to take mod t. So if it is f test, we need to take mod f. If it is chi-square test, then we need to find the mod chi-square. Okay, so fifth step, conclusion. So if mod Z less than Z alpha, we accept the null hypothesis. If this is nothing but calculated value. So we have to calculate this value, and this is we have to take from the table. So that's why this is tabulated value. Okay, so we have to take from the table. So that's why. So if tabulated value is less than if the calculated value is less than tabulated value, then we accept null hypothesis. So if calculated value is greater than tabulated value, or if mod z greater than z alpha, then we reject the null hypothesis. Okay. So next, sample. So the subset of the population is known as sample. Okay. So the total. So here I am considering the total number of students in BTech first year. So BTech first year is, I am considering some 1800 students. Okay. So here I am choosing the students in classroom. So for each class we have 60 students. So the huge amount is population. So this is nothing but population and this is nothing but sample. Okay. So what is sample? So sample is nothing but subset to the population. So this is subset to the population. So subset of the population or the part of the population is known as sample. So sample size is denoted with small n. For example, so already we have taken the example, the student's strength in classroom is sample. The student's strength in classroom is sample of the student's strength in college. Student's strength in college. So that is the population and 1800 is the population. Here 60 is sample. So next one is large sample. So what is large sample? The sample is said to be large sample if the sample size is greater than or equal to 30. So we know that the sample size is denoted with small n. So if n is greater than or equal to 30, so if n is greater than or equal to 30, then we can say that that is large sample. Okay. So like that, a small sample. So the sample is said to be small sample. The sample is said to be small sample if the sample size is less than 30. If the sample size is less than 30. So sample size is denoted with small n. If small n is less than 30, so then we can say that that is small sample. Okay. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.